The most insane meals on my 600-pound life.
Not being able to lose the weight is killing me. And I feel like I'm failing.
Food is my only escape from the misery I have. Once I start, I don't want to stop.
I didn't buy groceries. I ate out. I was making my own money. You just drive through. And it was at that time, my weight had gotten up to around 400 pounds.
I keep snacks, like hidden away from my family to see.
Usually I hide my stash in the recliner.
Claiming to regret overfeeding someone whilst preparing a whole pan of eggs, bacon, and sausage? It's just wild.
I think when you become accustomed to eating so much, you don't know how to stop.
So of course I enabled her.
I didn't know how to stop, just like she didn't know how to stop.
Tammy gets on with the whole food being her way to escape misery bit, but I think there's a little too much escape on that plate. She even plans to grab a snack immediately after this? Why does her mom let her eat like this?
Food is my only escape from the misery I have. Only time I'm not snacking is if I'm eating a meal or if I'm asleep.
Tammy tells us about growing up with a drug addict dad over a meal we're supposed to believe is just breakfast. I can't really get over the size of those biscuits, and I can count about 19 sausages.
My dad had started using the money for drugs, so food became all I had for a while.
Halfway through the story and half the food is gone. Wonder what she's gonna finish first, the story or the food?
The only two people that had been my world were gone. So I used food for my comfort again and kept gaining some more. And by the time I was 19, I was just over 350 then.
Hold on, did her mom just dare give her some more food? This has to be a different kind of bad parenting.
But I met someone at that time, Victor, and we started to date. I'll never forget the moment I found out what had happened. He was murdered. He had a jealous girlfriend, and she stabbed him with a knife twice in the heart.
Tammy has been through so much. You gotta feel sorry for her. 500 pounds at 30? It's crazy though.
So I just started eating to deal with the pain. So by the time I was in my 30s, I was over 500 pounds.
Karina tells us that she is always surprised to still be alive every morning. She also reveals she is no longer able to live alone and has to live in the middle of her parents' living room because that's the only room she can fit in. Wow.
My first start in the morning when I wake up is, I'm still alive.
I have to live in the middle of my parents' living room. It is the only room where I fit, and it's close to the bathroom.
Karina talks about her tragic childhood battles with asthma, which left her parents almost broke. And of course, food was her comfort zone.
I had asthma really bad, but my illness took a financial toll on my family.
At that time, any stress or loneliness, I ran to food. I just started gaining and gaining and gaining.
Karina reveals her legs started giving up when she reached 500 pounds and even had to get balloon surgery, which didn't really help her.
Once I was over 500 pounds, I was falling. I couldn't keep my balance. I couldn't keep my weight up because my legs were giving out. Having the balloon in my stomach helped me lose 120 pounds. But then I had an accident. I fell through the deck, broke my leg, and everything went downhill.
Karina can't even sit in a van because of her weight when going grocery shopping. This is so hard to watch.
My parents have to drive me, and I sit in the back of the van on the floor. Riding in the back of the van makes me feel like I'm cargo, like I'm an animal being transported somewhere.
Karina is a little too excited to watch her parents leave for dinner. She immediately picks up her phone and orders 3 medium pizzas, 24 hot wings, and some brownies. Dear God.
Bye.
Bye. Have fun. I'll have 2 medium pizzas with pepperoni and sausage, 1 order of your cheese sticks, 24 honey chipotle wings, and the double chocolate chip brownie.
She proceeds to reveal her food hiding spots while waiting for her order. She picks up her order and literally has food all over half her bed. This is insane. How can someone even eat that much and still complain about her immobility? Karina clearly has a problem. Wait, how does she hide the boxes?
Usually I hide my stash in the recliner.
All right, got it. Thank you. When I'm eating, sometimes I feel like I'm out of control. But each bite is so satisfying. My food addiction is killing me, little by little.
Laura is wheeled into a restaurant for some deep fried lunch with family. Dr. Now, gonna freak. She should be losing weight.
I have a big family, and we all love to eat.
2 of the regular tenders, and then we need 3 of the hot ones.
She gets an unimaginable amount of deep fried wings, fries, and every other thing she shouldn't have. She claims to feel sad about not being able to lose weight for her surgery as she chows down on her family-sized meal.
Not being able to lose the weight is killing me. And I feel like I'm failing. I feel like I'm giving up on them.
Definitely putting all the blame on her family for letting her even have this. She can barely breathe as she helps herself to some dessert as she nearly bites her hand off eating that ice cream cone. Someone better tell her to slow down.
I want to change, but
I'm scared that I won't make it.
I know if I don't do something, I'm gonna die soon.
Not wanting to stop eating when you're full? It's another level of crazy. I bet those kids wondered if they were next after watching her devour those corn dogs. It's like a family-friendly version of Jaws.
When I have what I like, the pain of my body and all my sorrow are cast aside. So I constantly have a craving. You know, it's this drive in me that I can't control. But I know it's taking over my life to the point of where I can barely get around.
Of course, she has a backstory that made her turn to food for comfort. Makes me think that there are as much food addicts as there are drug addicts. 150 pounds at only 10 years old should be a federal offense.
Looking back at the kindergarten graduation picture, I was just this happy 5-year-old fat kid who liked food. By the time I was 10, I crossed over the 150 mark. My mom made sure that we smiled, and a lot of that did include food.
There's no way they are really about to cook up another giant bowl full of hot wings. Someone stop these guys. She reveals she graduated high school at 350 pounds. Those numbers just aren't surprising anymore.
But I don't feel like I missed out on anything during that time because of my size. So I didn't see a reason to change how I ate. So I kept eating more and gaining weight. And I graduated from high school at 17. I was well over 350 pounds.
The entire family eating lunch twice is insane. Definitely a miracle they haven't eaten each other.
I didn't buy groceries. I ate out. I was making my own money. You just drive through. And it was at that time my weight had gotten up to around 400 pounds.